Hi, it's Pat Pattison with the Best of California Award. We're filming safe segments, and I'm here in Nipomo. We're featuring Nipomo as our best small town, and I'm here with Brook Gamble at the Luffa Farm, and we are going to show you what Luffas are all about. I have to admit, Brook, I had no idea it was a plant.
Most people don't.
Most people don't. Well, thank you for welcoming us.
Absolutely.
So tell us a little bit, how did the farm get started?
Well, the owner, Deanne, started growing loofahs as a hobby in the early 80s
Okay.
when a friend of hers was given some mystery seeds and wanted some help figuring out what those mystery seeds were. And once the girls figured it out, Deanne just kept growing them as a hobby. And
Wow.
then in 1999, she decided to turn it into a business.
Wow. And you mentioned that it was a farm that provided local shops with loofahs.
Yes, before we
What
opened
happened
up to the
next?
public,
Okay.
she was just growing them to supply local stores, and people started coming out wanting to know how loofahs grow. Some wanted to follow her to the ocean, go scuba diving with her, and she was just having a blast showing people how loofahs grow, so she just decided to open up to the public.
That's the best. Now, you don't have a square pants version? You don't have
No.
I haven't done that. No license. Too expensive, that licensing. And so explain to me too how you got involved. I think that's a fun story.
Well, I actually grew up in it.
Wow.
So as kids, my parents were friends with her,
Okay.
and so if as kids we ever wanted extra spending money or sleepovers, we'd have to do something around the farm to help out.
Right.
And as we got older, we just started taking on more responsibilities, and now, 15 years later, I couldn't imagine doing anything else.
Isn't that fun?
Yeah.
So explain to me how a loofah works.
So, most people assume loofahs are from the ocean or maybe from a factory, and what you find in stores looks a lot like this. So you wouldn't really be able to tell what it is just by looking at it.
Right.
So loofahs in general are actually a tropical gourd.
Okay.
So they're grown all over the world along the equator,
Okay.
which means all the loofahs that you find in stores in the United States have to be imported. And in order to be imported, they go through fumigation processes that make them very hard and dense.
Oh, yeah, that's what I'm used to.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
Wow.
with our loofahs, since we're growing them in the United States,
Wow.
we don't have to put them through any of those fumigation processes. So this is what our loofahs feel like.
Oh my gosh.
Soft, fluffy,
Wow.
luxurious.
What a difference.
So we grow them from seed. We always use our own heirloom seeds, and we've noticed over time that people can send us loofahs from all over the world, but we can always pick ours out in a lineup.
Interesting.
And we think it's because we use those heirloom
It's like
seeds.
a fine wine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
wow.
we have our very own special loofahs that we're growing
So,
right here.
you opened to the public in what year again?
2001.
2001. And I know, with the pandemic, things are,
Mm-hmm.
qualified openings and closings. And by the
Mm-hmm.
time we show this, it'll be open again. But just in terms of like most of the people that come visit you here, is it tourists? Is it local?
It is mostly tourists
Okay.
who come visit us, but we do get a lot of locals, and a lot of locals who have family or friends in town and bring them by to see this unique little stop
This
in Nipomo.
unique place. Well,
Yeah.
good. Well, come show me the loofahs.
Alrighty.
We're here at the Luffa Farm, and Brook Gamble, show me a loofah. I mean, is that the right thing to call it, a
Yes,
loofah?
absolutely. This is a loofah.
Oh my God, look at the size of that thing. That is
is.
amazing. It looks like a giant zucchini.
It sure does. They are related to zucchini. They're
Okay.
a member of the gourd family.
Okay.
They grow a lot like a cucumber
Okay.
or a zucchini. You can, when it's young, you can harvest it to eat. And then if you don't, it just gets bigger and bigger. And when it gets too big, instead of rotting or falling off like you find usually in fruits and
Right,
vegetables,
right.
it just dries up right on the vine.
So, in terms of like a harvest, what might a greenhouse like this harvest in a year, if you know?
So this greenhouse harvests about 8,000 loofahs a year.
Whoa, wow.
Yeah, so we're not even in the peak
There's gold
growing
in them there
season yet.
loofahs. That's amazing.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
amazing. 8 to 10,000.
Yep, we harvest year round, but it's a
Yeah.
majority fall harvest.
So it does
Yeah.
grow year round. It's a
in
wow.
this greenhouse, yeah.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah,
Yeah.
you can control it here. And the origins, you had mentioned
Uh-huh.
Egypt, and that maybe the word is from an old Egyptian.
Yeah, so the variety that we're growing here is Luffa aegyptica,
Okay.
from Egypt originally.
Okay.
There are a variety of types of loofahs that can be grown, but this is the only one we grow.
Okay, that is amazing. And so somebody over in Egypt picked up a spoiled gourd and went, God, I can wash myself with this.
Yeah.
That's amazing. Yeah. Well, let's go look at a couple of the loofahs in their different stages you can show
Okay.
me. Okay, let's go do that.
that.
So, Brooke, this has been fascinating. We've seen all the stages. Here we are at the end product. So, explain what you got there.
This is a loofah that's just been harvested. It
Okay.
is ready to clean up.
Okay.
First, we have to shake all these seeds out.
And this is the direct descendant of the magic seeds.
This is.
And you can tell because you have these legacy heritage loofahs that you mentioned in the beginning, that you can tell your brand of loofah.
Yes,
That's
they are
incredible.
Softer and smaller
That's
than what you normally find growing in the tropics.
So here we are, almost how many years? 30 years? 99? Do you do the
20
math?
years.
20 years
20 years.
that these seeds have been providing this wonderful business here at the Luffa Farm in Nipomo. Brook Gamble, thank you so much. And we love Nipomo and everything that has to do with the best of California. Talk to you soon.